So I haven't been making any videos for a while. My bad for that. But I literally just turned on the camera now because I thought I had something semi-insightful to share with you. I think you're going to find this somewhat valuable. So I thought I'd share. So a couple of days ago, I am on my morning commute to work because I'm a 9-to-5er. I'm on my morning commute to work. I'm walking through this train station that I go to every single week. And I'm about to get to this point where I go down the escalator to the lower part of the station, then I can hop on my next train. And I kind of see this group of people huddled together, like almost this group forming above one of the escalators. And I'm kind of thinking, like, what is the holdup? Like, I'm in that like Monday morning state of mind where I'm a bit negative and I just want to get to work without any problems. And I see all these people and I'm just thinking, like, can you guys just go down the escalator? What's going on? But as I get closer to this escalator, something weird is going on. Like, something just doesn't look quite right about this escalator, and I can't like really put my finger on it. And it kind of comes to me after a while. I'm staring at it for a while, and I realized that, so for the past like 3 months or something, so a really long time, one of these escalators, because there's one going down and one going up, one of them, the one going up on the right side, has been having this like maintenance going on. So no one's been able to use it. No one's been able to come up. You've got to like go around the other side of the station and use that one. And that's how it's been for like many, many commutes. And what I realized has changed is they've swapped over the sides of the escalator. So now the one coming up is the one that's working, and they've closed off the one coming down. So I can see people like walking up to this escalator, the right side of the one that would usually come up, and then they're like hesitating at the last minute. And I go and look for myself, and I can see this escalator is now going down. But even I'm hesitating. I'm like about to walk onto it, and I'm thinking, oh shit, this is the one that goes up. Like, I just have that like split second of hesitation. And people are kind of clocking onto it. Okay, yeah, this one's fine. I can go down. But it's still kind of funny to see how it's like messing with everyone else's head in the same way it did mine. So I'm coming down and the same thing is happening to all these other people. And just for a moment, I'm like, this is some kind of opportunity that I can use to interact with other people and sharpen my social skills. I'm kind of doing this challenge at the moment that I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, I literally just point out the obvious. I point out something funny. I just say, damn, like that was really messing with my head. Was everyone else thinking the same thing as well? And a couple of other guys like look down at me and they're like laughing. They're like, yeah, literally the exact same thing happened to me just then. And just in the 10 minutes that I'm going down this escalator, me and these other guys are just kind of like chatting and joking. We'll have to be careful next time. They're trying to throw us off, but we're too fast for them. And as I'm like getting off, I just say to these guys, like, have a good day, guys. Like, see you again next week. Literally just an incredibly short interaction, but we all left feeling a lot better. It's like one of those like wholesome micro interactions that you have. I just thought that was kind of like a funny and spontaneous moment from my day that I kind of thought about. I've been thinking about it for like the last week, and where this kind of fits into this challenge I'm doing is I'm trying to speak to a new person every single day. And whether that looks like quite a long 5-minute conversation or even just a 10-second interaction like the one I just described, it doesn't matter. I'm setting the bar low. And the reason I'm doing this challenge now is because I got to the point where I was feeling a little bit detached from people. I've been spending a lot of time at home doing like home working for my job, just feeling like a little bit isolated. So this is really like an opportunity to sharpen up my social skills and just kind of get comfortable being around people again. And that's what I've talked about so many times on this channel. Like, the best social skill of all, like putting all of this other stuff aside, like what to say to people, the best social skill of all is just feeling comfortable and able to like be your natural and authentic self around people without like fear of judgment, not having to self-monitor or like filter who you are because of all these other factors like social anxiety. Just being comfortable and the feeling of like being able to open up and be yourself and have those spontaneous moments is like, it's something which is really important to me. Those absolute layup opportunities, those easy opportunities to have those micro interactions with people, things like just pointing out something very obvious or just saying something funny based on like an observation you have. It's like those are such easy chances to have these micro interactions and kind of have these shared experiences and like bond with a group of strangers. Like, it sounds like I'm being kind of like touchy feely with it, but yeah, a lot of people would be like, what's even the point in having something like that, or even making an effort? Because a lot of people think that even two strangers, if I as a stranger were to talk to someone that I don't know, then that is kind of weird, or that's crossing some kind of boundary. I don't personally think that, but that is kind of a belief that people have. It's like, unless you have a reason to talk to someone, then you're kind of breaching on some kind of boundary. But even if that is your kind of the way you think, what would be your excuse for not following through on something so easy as to like point out something funny, or like just do that kind of like observational kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, that kind of like observational humor? It's something really easy to do. And I think beyond just staying accountable and sharpening those social skills and building up that social comfort, which is so important, which I feel like I've come on leaps and bounds in just the last week of doing this, it goes a bit deeper than that. It's like, if you're someone like me, if you're someone who works a 9 to 5, you spend the whole time working, and sure, I've got friends who I go out with on the weekends, but if you're not talking to people like that every single day, then don't overlook what these little micro opportunities can do for you. Like, the need for human connection it's a fundamental human need. Like, if that need goes unmet, if you're not regularly talking to people, or even just being in an environment with other human beings, that can be extremely detrimental, not just for your mental health, but your physical health too. Like, people literally have a lower life expectancy because of chronic loneliness. Like, whether people like it or not, whether people are doing their winter arcs or doing monk mode and not spending time around people, the science literally dictates that unless we are having that need fulfilled for like human contact, then we will have that like worse health outcomes in pretty much every single metric. Yeah, just to round up, if you're someone who just like looks for those little opportunities for micro interaction, sorry to repeat myself, if you're someone who looks for those opportunities just in your day-to-day life and like goes through them, you'll find it's just extremely easy to interact with the world around you. And you'll find yourself just in this like heightened state of well-being and much lower levels of anxiety, just leaving those situations feeling a lot more happy and fulfilled. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to share. My bad if it was kind of a little bit too off script, but I want to get back into the flow of making videos and just kind of documenting my life. I invite you to take part in that challenge as well, of speaking to a new person every single day. You'll find that it does take you to some uncomfortable places. But again, literally just in a week of doing it, I feel so much more like my old self, so much more in touch with the world around me. So yeah, have a go and tell me what you think. See you in the next one, man.